Good.
All right, well, Jose Youngster, the MMAfighting.com, speaking with I don't want to say new because you guys have been in city kickboxing for a while, but the people especially fans in the United States, that part of the world, you don't really hear much out of outside of like Israel and Brad and everyone in the UFC. So we have Blood Diamond,
Yep.
Carlos.
now you specifically, I have to ask. I asked who am I interviewing after the city kickboxing team, and they said you're interviewing Blood Diamond, and I go, who? What's his name? And they were like, well, we call him Blood Diamond. So for fans in the U.S. who have never heard of you, tell a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Blood Diamond, and I've been at City Kickboxing for quite a long time, more than 10 years. Just started off as kickboxing, and traveled to China. I lived in China for a bit, did a kickboxing circuit there, and after that I came back home and then went to LA for a bit. Irvine, actually.
Sure.
Was training with Timo Yama, and I think that's when I started being more serious on my MMA and stuff. And what is it called? Yeah, I was there for like nearly half a year, and came back home after that, and decided, to be honest, out of all the gyms I've been around, home is the best, you know. I didn't need everything I needed was at home. So
Sure.
yeah, just ended up staying in New Zealand, and building my MMA career up now.
Carlos, same question. For fans in the U.S. who have never heard of you, well, Israel was here, and he was like, these two guys, like, he's my brother, he's my main training partner right now. So tell us a little bit about yourself for the U.S. fans.
For myself, I'm pretty similar to the brother here. We've both come from kickboxing backgrounds. I started as a boxer though, and moved on to kickboxing and did a circuit in China, and for I think 3 years, and then in between I was getting some mixed martial arts fights. Had 4
Sure.
pro fights now, so which has been pretty good. But then now I've sort of dived more into wrestling and judo and so that I can obviously get myself into the UFC. And training with these boys here at City Kickboxing has been amazing for myself. I'm only quite new. I've been there for maybe 2.5 years, 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And the development that I've built over those years has just been amazing. So, and also just being here with the lads has been a trip, man, a real trip. I've done camps with Mark Hunt in the past, and I've been with his camps in the UFC, and that's been awesome too, just to lighten me up to where I am now, and to be here doing it now with the boys is just amazing, bro. So yeah, man, you'll be looking, you'll be seeing us.
Sure.
A lot more often, bro. So a little shy now. Soon. We're just
You gotta get.
gonna-
This is practice. Man.
Yeah, this is practice.
This is verbal sparring.
Yeah.
we'll say.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And you guys are here, and I understand you guys did medicals, and you flew out here. Are you trying to get a last minute fight if someone falls out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've been basically we stay professional, so we're always training and being ready for anything. Like at a drop of a coin, we're in. So whatever weights we can fight, as soon as they say, oh, we may need these guys, we're ready to go.
In
And
the unfortunate event that someone may pull out,
Sure.
we may be lucky to get in there. Bloods has been looking after his weight, not eating, like I am. But yeah, we're just, in this lucky opportunity to be here, and then also hopefully get a fight.
Have you interacted with like Mick Maynard or anyone while you're here, or Sean Shelby, like the
I
matchmakers?
haven't met him just yet, but soon enough, Ash will get us together with the boys. So yeah.
Are you gonna stay here the whole time, or are you going back with them? Because what if someone falls out like 3 weeks from now, and they call you?
Yeah, we'll wait for the call.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll come around soon enough. But if that's the case, then I guess we'll stay.
Cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. We're ready.
Sure.
Yeah.
And for fans who have never seen you fight, is there any fighter in the UFC now that you could compare your fighting style to?
Well, for myself, we train with all the boys where we are, and then like you're saying, Israel, being one of my main sparring partners, we pick up a lot of the amazing talents that he has. So just by not knowing, we pick up all those sort of things. But and also Bloods, he's got some amazing talent. I'm learning a bit of, we learn a bit from everybody. We've got a diverse amount of fighters in our gym, and you just pick up a different techniques from everybody. So it's hard to say who in the UFC at the moment, but hey, anything, stand and bang, whatever.
Yeah, honestly, I reckon, yeah, we have our style of our own. It is different, it is like, honestly, any one of us, you put us in the ring, you'll be just like, wow, that's one word I can put it down to. Yeah, it's just something different.
Well, Israel was saying, well, he's sparring with you. He has the power of cross, but he knows how to strike. That's how he would phrase it. So I would take it you guys would be more comfortable in the striking department.
Striking has been in New Zealand for a long time, man.
Yeah, that's a cup of tea for us.
Yeah, striking has just been in our DNA. It's in our DNA. And if you see Bloods, man, if you see him with his kicking styles and everything, you'll be like, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah, even I don't know what I'm doing. My body's got a mind of its own, so it's just one of those things. If I don't know what I'm doing, what would my opponent be thinking, So it's just a surprise to me and my opponent, yeah.
And say, in this hypothetical world, someone doesn't fall out and you don't get this last minute. Are you going to keep trying to fight, or are you going to keep following the UFC to try and get one of these last minute fights? Say it's in Vegas, or it could be in the next fight on the card. It could be in November, December, whatever. Are you going to stay ready just in case, for not knowing if that call will come at any minute?
Yeah, for me, yeah. But if I can, fights right now is more experience,
Sure.
So, but I guess would want to prioritize something as important as UFC. So yeah, we're always going to be fight ready. And yeah, just hopefully something comes up. But yeah, I mean, we've worked so hard and. We feel like we feel like we're at the front door of the UFC. We're just knocking and we're just waiting for someone to just open up and be like, "Yo, come in,"
Sure.
Yeah.
We're used to it in the China circuit.
Yes,
we fight almost every month.
I was about to ask that too.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're seasoned fighters, So all around, stay fit, stay ready, and we're always having to train because someone in our gym's always got a fight coming up. So. We've got to stay fit for the boys too.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to be for our own benefits, but for the rest of our teammates. So yeah.
So you guys been living in the gym with the rest of the family?
Yes, we did the whole
was cool,
quarantine.
eh?
It was awesome.
Pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Where'd you guys sleep?
I was lucky I had my own room.
Yeah, this guy.
I stuck my own room, bro. But we had like a mid-eye style, which is a Maori term for just a little room that we had where everyone was sleeping. And it was good. It was amazing for us all to just get to know each other in a deeper level.
Yeah.
And not only just as teammates, but as brothers. Honestly speaking, man, it's I've gotten to know a lot of the boys on a deeper level.
Yeah.
And not only that, but just my training has developed so much. Just shot up so much, quicker.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. I feel closer with the guys I was staying with. We got to see each other's habits and all that, and yeah, family kind of feeling. So that was cool. And basically, the whole thing we did, it just kind of took me back to when I was staying in China. I've stayed in China with Iz and Brad different times. But the way we did it this time, it was way better, it wasn't just me and one other person, it was the family,
Heaps of us, yeah.
So yeah.
What's it been like being here and not having a fight, but the four of your teammates have fights? And ESPN in the US, someone wrote that this was the biggest event in New Zealand this year, just based on the number of fighters here. You're not fighting, but you get to watch and absorb everything. So what's it like just watching them go through the process of this big fight week?
Even though we're not fighting, we know in the back of our minds that we could possibly be fighting. We still have those nerves for the rest of the boys. I have that kind of that heartbeat where it's just like, oh man, I feel for the boys because when they go in there, I'll probably drop a tier or two. Just and mostly because of the lockdown, quarantine, or the lockdown that we had at the gym. Feeling that at the gym and becoming closer and as brothers, it's just a little bit more now. It means so much more now. So even though we're not fighting or no scheduled fight at the moment, it still feels like we are.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, it's just like at any gym, like whoever you're training with, you always have this feeling like, oh, you feel for them. You probably are more nervous than the people who are fighting. But us being here, I mean, this is like, I feel for me, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. You know, not many people we can say we've been to Fight Island. You know, a select few can say that, and I'm glad that we can be part of that. You know, it's going down in history. You know, so I'm glad we're part of it, and yeah, it's quite exciting.
Now, one of the last few times I interviewed Izzy, he said, if someone wants to join City Kickboxing, because specifically in the U.S., when gyms get big, you get a lot of these champions like Jackson's or AKA or everyone flocks there because they want to train with that coach.
Yeah.
City Kickboxing, the last few years, has been the gym to go to. And in the U.S., people would just flock there and just try to join. And you get those massive mega gyms like Jackson. But Eugene said someone has to bring you in and we vet you and they screen you and everything. And then you can come in. So how did you get into City Kickboxing, Carlos?
For myself, well, I got there just before it all blew up, I think. And I needed more of a, like I said, I come from more of a boxing background, and I needed more fights because it was hard to get boxing fights. People were dodging and all that sort of thing, but that's just boxing, you know. So finding kickboxing fights was a lot easier because everyone's just like, oh, yeah, sweet. So I managed to get a contract over in China, in the circuit in China, and then moved over to City Kickboxing where there was a more variety of kickboxers. And when I moved over, it just all happened from there, where I finished my kickboxing circuit and then went over to MMA. Whilst I was still training, doing a bit of jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and then now here we are, you know. So it all happens so quickly, man. I think within the space of 3 years, it's just gone, just like that. But like I said, it's just shot up so quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think when Eugene and Doug initially started this gym, they mainly were training people just for fitness, and then they had this first wave of fighters they started training. I was more of the second wave, so it was before they were taking a lot of fighters, and when I started, I just kept stuck to it, you know. And all those opportunities when I went to China and to Irvine, it was because of them that they encouraged me, and yeah.
Bloods is an OG.
I was about to
He's
say.
an OG.
Well over 100.
That's Israel was saying you have over 100 fights, something like that.
We got to a point in China, I basically fought almost every week. It was like a weekend sport, you know.
I don't think that's even allowed in the U.S.
Boxing in Mexico, eh?
Yeah, right. Well, it's not on the books in Mexico. You just show up and fight.
True.
Yeah. So growing up, I was mainly a striker, and came to a point when they were getting more MMA fights than kickboxing fights, and so instead of waiting, I'm like, oh, let me start learning this, you know, and I'm like, now I'm here.
You guys prefer the cage or the ring more?
Me, I prefer having an opponent and showing my skills, to be honest.
Sure.
It doesn't really bother me now. Yeah, maybe if you asked me like 2 years ago, I might be like, ooh, maybe the ring. Yeah, because that's comfortable. Like right now, if I have not trained for whatever, half a year or a year, and someone's like, oh, you want a kickboxing fight? I'm like, yeah, light work, you know. But now I'm slowly getting the same comfortability with MMA. So yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, we're developing more confidence
Sure.
as we go, and as we're training with our training partners now, our teammates, we're gaining all that confidence with the boys. So like you said, the ring would be preferable. But in an MMA fight, definitely the octagon.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely the cage. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you guys obviously want to make it into the UFC, but you also want to grow your fan base. You want to grow your following and everything. When you join the UFC, and especially like these hot prospects like Sugar Sean O'Malley, Izzy when he first got on the scene, and now we have Hazmat Shemaev who's making big things. They all have that it factor in quotes that they have. So has anyone been like, have you watched anyone and have you pulled anything like, oh, I shouldn't act like this, or I should act like this when the cameras are on? Are you seeing stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. There are things like, so I guess if you just be yourself.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
that's some things that we all kind of pick off each other. How should I do this? How should I do that? Just be yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what we try and keep each other accountable for, you know. So just be yourself, and I guess as it comes, you know, it goes. So whatever.
Yeah, I think for me, it's like we're all different. We're all unique. So just be yourself, and just you always know whatever actions you do, whatever you say,
Stars win fights though, so you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, stars win fights though, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Make a bit of money or whatever, you know.
Who are some of your favorite fighters to watch outside of your teammates?
Outside of the teammates.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bad at
Sure.
I pay attention more to
You'd
my
be-
teammates, to be honest.
You'd
like,
be surprised how many fight. Like I've interviewed Donald Cerrone. He goes, I don't even watch MMA.
Yeah.
yeah. We're having this conversation today.
Yeah. We're like, bro, we don't need it, because even when I was playing rugby before I started.
Oh,
this,
really?
And I'd never watched rugby at all.
Yeah.
And then I turned to fighting, and then I'd never watched any fighting until the boys fight.
Yeah.
And I watched, or someone, you know, interesting. Before I started fighting, I was watching a bit of John Jones, because he was like the same weight, same height and everything.
Right.
So that kind of got me into a bit of fighting. You know, like, oh shit, I could do this, because you know, same height sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you're light heavyweight or heavyweight?
Light heavyweight.
So the light heavyweight division in the UFC is pretty. I'm going to say it's kind of shallow right now, because a lot of people have hopped over to Bellator and various other promotions. So are you thinking like, I jump in there like 2-3 wins, I could be like top 10 right away?
Ooh, you're telling me, brother. Okay. No, of course, man. I mean, I don't know who's the top at the. I mean, Reyes, and I've seen him downstairs, and he's, you know, seems like a cool dude. And I'm not. Oh, we had who did we have? We come. Was it Misha who come round to?
Serkinov?
Yeah. He come round to our gym, and he did some training.
Oh, wow.
He's awesome. He showed us some cool stuff. And he's strong, man. He's real strong wrestler, and it was good to learn some stuff of him. So you know, I'm not gonna go in here coming into the new party and act like I know what I'm doing. But you know, we'll just develop as time goes, and obviously get to the world title and get it.
Welterweight, if I'm not mistaken.
Welterweight,
Now, the welterweight division in the UFC is probably one of the most stacked divisions right now, especially in the top 5. What do you make of that whole division?
To be honest, it's more like, okay, I love to fight. I enjoy it. There's going to be so much competition, so that's a good thing for me, you know. So all I've got to do is just show them what I've got, and of course evolve and improve, and get more fights, you know. I just want to fight as much as I can, and just enjoy the ride.
Well,
you know?
that mentality right now with Hazmat Shemaev, I think he won his first 3 fights in like 65 days in the UFC. He had the turnaround fight on 10 days notice in the UFC. So that mentality right there is kind of the thing right now. So are you in the same boat? Like, just fight as much as possible?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, as much as people say otherwise, but for me, I love it. I enjoy it. This is like in my whole life, I've tried things, I've given up. This is the one thing I've never given up, and I'm not gonna just give up like that. I'm gonna give it my all. You know, I'm here for as long as I can. You know, I love it. So welterweight is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun trip, and they're gonna see a lot of me. They're definitely gonna see a lot of me.
Oh, I think that's a great way to end it. This has been MMA Fighting with Blood Diamond and Carlos Ulberg. Thanks for making your MMA fighting debut.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you.